Hey everyone, it's Libby from Meister Tarot. I'd like to acknowledge the ancestors past, present and future and welcome to you, your guides, my guides and the universal energies. Okay, using the Smith-Waite Tarot deck, the Centennial Edition and entertainment only. Right, just want to have a look at a few things. Oh gosh, yes, and there, there is Russia and there is the narcissist. Um, as I keep going, we've got the under the cover of darkness and being presented with an offer he cannot refuse, and we've got money changing hands. Now, who was I watching this morning? I can't remember who it was. Might have been a Fefe from Touched by Tarot and Beyond. Said that money change, well, the promise of money was given during that phone call between the Kremlin and the Orange Twerp before the Zelensky meeting, but they also pulled that the offer with no intention of going through with it. Knight of Cups, Eight of Swords. Legally no intention of going through with it. And yes, and that's what a Fefe, I'm thinking it was a Fefe, said that yes, a promise was made, but there's no intention of going through. And look, the weasel words that came out of the Orange Twerp were literally word by word instructions from the Kremlin. And yeah, the devil, and word by word instructions with the Page of Wands, the mouthpiece for the devil, claiming, that the Ruskies wanted peace. And would help rebuild Ukraine, but Ukraine probably had to come under Russian authority. That Putin's residence had been attacked by drones, and all of it was just BS, 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 BS. You don't spend 10 hours bombing Kiev and then claim that you want peace. It's just, ugh. So, yeah, had that lying one yesterday, and then Netanyahu overnight, just an absolute nightmare. However, harsh truth is coming forward that is going to very quickly turn into a nightmare for this regime. But that's not what I wanted to have a look at. Well, sort of is. The reason why the Orange Twerp, I can't even call him 45 because I don't believe he won that election either. The reason why he was so upset at the 2020 election was because he had been promised the win, but they hadn't cheated enough to overcome the surge for Biden. So they overcompensated in 2024. But this is different times with the Wheel of Fortune. But what I want to do, the Orange Twerp is at Mar-a-Lago, treating it as the centre of government. He has called it the winter White House because he doesn't like the cold, apparently, doesn't like the ghosts that are haunting him at the White House, although quite a number of them go to Mar-a-Lago with him. And didn't he look just absolutely miserable? And there was a whole party room full of sycophants, including Melania, who spent all night ignoring him, and he just looked absolutely miserable, and then spent that entire night reposting 200 and something posts on Christmas night. Gee, even I had a way better Christmas than he did. And then the official photos or official publicity they put out prior to Christmas, they had the two chairs facing each other, but they were turned in the chairs looking away, him and Melania. Anyhow, that's not what I'm after. I'm not after a bit of gossip at the moment. But the reason I'm getting he's at Mar-a-Lago and he's met now Zelensky. No red carpet for Zelensky, not like the Putin body double got his red carpet. And Netanyahu both meet at in Mar-a-Lago. But what I was getting, and it's obvious, you don't have to be a psychic to know this, that it's basically better, it's easier for the regime to control the information that gets out from Mar-a-Lago, the meetings and stuff like that, but they're also not under as much scrutiny as they are at the White House. So I want to have a look. The reason why then, okay. something to do with his health. They're trying to keep his health under wraps because they don't know what to do. The drugs that they've been using are not working anymore. So we've got the Queen of Pentacles. This is where he can undergo care in more secrecy, because what they've been using is starting to not work, bringing in extra specialists, but they know their days are numbered with the Nine of Wands. Bruised, battered, back up against the wall, that you pump you through full of something else and put you out. And then we've got the Moon card, though, the lunacy, and then we've got the High Priestess. Secrets being revealed and secrets being revealed. It's going to come out now, and his health is out in the cold and shot, pretty much. Now, oh gosh, chained to the devil, and then off the cliff. He's going to get to the stage where his body is simply going to say, F this, and depart on him. Now, what really, really put up my squirrel senses, or whatever you like to call them, my secret squirrel senses, was there was a photograph that was published, and I can't remember where I saw it, of him on the front step of Lago. I'm assuming it's the front entrance, and he was shaking hands with Zelensky. Zelensky was standing down a step, which is his usual. I'm not talking about Zelensky, I'm talking about the Orange Twerp. There's the Orange Twerp's usual stance that he will stand on the step up to sort of, power over. You know how he stalked Hillary on the stage and stuff like that, to sort of loom over. In that photograph, Zelensky looked animated. He looked alive. The Orange Twerp looked like a wax effigy. He looked awful. And when I'm saying wax effigy, it was like cardboard cutout wax effigy. He did actually not look alive. It was just the weirdest vibe I was getting off that photograph. But anyhow, yeah, secrets being revealed about him being in really poor health. And they're trying to keep it secret. And they're trying to nurture him. But Four of Swords, really, really poor house. Because they're not ready for Vance to take over. Vance hasn't got the Turning Point crowd. He hasn't got the MAGA crowd. Now, I know technically he doesn't need them as long as he's got the moneyed, but he knows that if he doesn't have these crowds and they turn on him, it's over. So he's desperately out there doing the rallying trail, smooching up to Erica. I know Levitt's now come out saying she's up the duff. Trust me, that's an exit stage left option, because she can read the writing on the wall the same as MTG. Not saying she isn't, but she could stay. But she's not going to. She's going to use it as an excuse to get out of Dodge before everything falls apart. But I really feel Erica is going to pull the IVF card. She's already hinted at it previously. But yeah, pretty sure it's going to come out with 2-day stubble and eyeliner. Okay, but I'm not gossiping today. She says, not gossiping. Okay, I just want to have a look at the Orange Twerp at Mar-a-Lago. Walking away, justice. Walking, full moon. Are we coming up a full moon in a couple of weeks? What date's the full moon? Because justice is coming. Leaving, emotionally leaving, because justice is coming. Fleeing the country. I'm going to keep going because this is what I've got here. Fleeing the country, potentially. Leaving, getting out of Dodge. Making an escape. Because the challenge is actions having consequences, and justice coming down. Now, the Supreme Court, oh, can't rely on the Supreme Court at all. But Congress might have grown a couple by then. Might have dusted their gonads off by that stage, because the energy underlying is the Chariot. Chaotic movement forward, grinding chaotic movement forward, but also an inability to move forward. But it's also my military card as well. So why is treason in the past? It's my treason card. Could also be a heart event, but let's see where this goes. The Ace of Pentacles, as big information comes forward. Now, quite a few of you have pointed out that in years gone past, I think there was about 4 under 13 boys that had been paid out by the Orange Twerp. The families had been paid out as part of the EPS files. I'm just gonna make a comment here, because it's something that I've mentioned to a few in emails and things. But when the estate photographs of Epps Island were released, I didn't really look at them. I looked at a couple, and there was one with a chair in it, a reclined surgical type chair. And the media was ranting on about it being a dentist's chair. The instant I saw that photograph, I got that it was a gynecological chair. So I'm just putting that out there, and I'm just going to leave that there. And I think this is information that will come out. So I just, sorry if that is triggering for you. But I just got, it was not a dentist's chair. Big information coming forward. The immediate future, secrets being revealed. Lunacy, secrets revealed. Honestly, I think it's because he feels safe there. He can control it, control the situation at Lago, not under as much scrutiny, but I think it's a place where he feels that he can get away from, whereas Washington, he can't. Washington, D.C., I'm talking about. He can't make a quick exit from there. Okay, externally, we've got the false victory. However, you've got in the background, the peasants are revolting. And internally, the temperance card. This can be medical treatment here, like getting elixirs, but it can also be the ability to spin, pouring the cup back and forth, the ability to spin. It's also somewhere where he feels emotionally calm, because as with someone, I'm just going to say with dementia, and I know there's dispute over its front temporal lobe, or whether it's, all the different types of Alzheimer's and or dementia. I'm just going to use it as a cover name for it. It is somewhere where he feels familiar, because this is also about feeling familiar and feeling safe. And I think that's why he's more aggressive when he's at Washington, D.C., at the White House, because it's not familiar surroundings for him. Oh, gosh. Hopes and fears, the Tower card. It's all coming down. The insanity, the legal, the treason. What have we got here? Page of Pentacles, information being brought forward that's going to bring about an ending and going to reveal the partnerships, and out in the cold. Tossed out in the cold. And we will be celebrating in the streets. Let's see what's coming next. Oh boy, actually I think what it is all those in his inner circle are going to be revealed to be having Russian connections. because there's the mercenary card and there's the higher authorities, potentially International Criminal Court or some sort of higher authority within the US about what went on in the past. Okay, why is he there? I think it's because it's where he feels comfortable and where he feels stable in this, as he loses control of his mental faculties. But it's also somewhere where he feels safe, that he can get away because of treason and past. Entertainment only. So it's sort of a double-edged location. Is the orange twerp undergoing, well, specialists and heart there, vascular issues, behind the scenes specialist treatment for vascular issues? Yeah, I think he's getting medical treatment there. Somewhere where he feels comfortable and he is the star and he feels strong. He feels like it's like Lago is his seat of power, but we've got the 10 of Swords, the 7 of Swords, the 5 of Cups, the Wheel of Fortune. It's all there. Information coming forward about the devil, legal action, treason, my Jack Smith card, treason, military, justice, big stick, nightmare, tower, moon, you name it. Yeah. So he is there because he feels comfortable that he is the lord of this kingdom, whereas at the White House he's not. And he feels comfortable there. He is the star of all that he surveys, pretty much. That's he feels it's his base of strength, but all these other cards, it's not going to protect him. 10 of Swords, 7 of Swords, 5 of Cups, the Wheel of Fortune, karma coming, Ace of Pentacles, big information, documents coming out or videotapes or recordings or whatever about the devil. You've got Jack Smith with his treason charges. You've got the military, you've got the justice, you've got the big stick, nightmare situation, tower and moon. Ugh. He's there because he feels safe. It is familiar surroundings. He feels like he's in control. He feels like he has strength and power there because he's the star of his own soap opera, or whatever you like to call it, star of his own saga. Only the people that are allowed in are only those that are sycophants for him. I mean, this is why he gate crashes the weddings, because he's desperate for the adoration of the type of people that would book a wedding at Mar-a-Lago. Yeah, it's very much okay about it's a place he feels comfortable. Yeah, I keep getting he is okay. Show me how's his whatever treatment it is that he's getting, and it's not just one or the other. There are multiple levels of treatment he's getting. How's it going for him? How's his treatments going for him? How are his treatments going for him? King of Wands, the plan. They're looking at plans, looking at options, action being taken, but this king is looking off to the side here. Seven of Swords. I think what they're trying is not working. because this is like specialist treatment. It can also be lungs. It can also be um, needles going in. You know, it's like he's had 5 courses of whatever he's having. They're going to try potentially 2 more, but they're not working. It's just getting out of Dodge type thing. You've got here the Empress at the bottom, care potentially. Again, assessing in the past, but not being able to come up with a solution. Trapped, and down. So 8 of Swords, 4 of Swords, 7 of Swords. This can be a healthcare worker who is looking after him, probably for their own vested interests perhaps. Knight of Pentacles, offering something new in regards to health. When I'm reading on health, Pentacles mean health. But karma is fast approaching, bringing about the end. Some sort of emotional collapse or emotionally overwhelming. Yeah, it's almost like bring the magic pill where there isn't a magic pill. And then we've got the 5 of Swords, the self-sabotage, the self-abuse, on the back foot trying to fight back, but watching the ship sailing out without him. I always get he wants to try and, you know, the plan is to flee the country, but I don't ever see him actually getting away. Trying to beat back the information. Could also be keeping the information secret for a while, and then big stick, then it's going to come out that he is in some sort of health facility with that 9 of Pentacles. And then you've got the higher authorities. So this could be the Supreme Court then could be declaring an election with that 10 of Cups. I mean, technically Vance is supposed to step in, but we've got the Judgment card, an announcement coming from the White House, a new star rising, dark money behind the scenes, but the people aren't going to accept it. And then you've got the Fool, and then you've got the Tower. Oops, that's the phone going, just about scared the bejesus out of me, with the Moon card. Okay, catch you shortly. Bye-bye. Yes, I was having one of those 3 of Swords moments. No, just everybody rings on the mobile, not on the main phone, just about give me a heart attack. Yeah, okay, so no dramas there. That was just the palliative care nurse making the appointment for tomorrow. She might need to come and see me. Okay, yeah, so pretty much, yeah. Yeah, his health, yeah. They're going to try and cover it up. It's going to be obvious that it's, and then an announcement's going to come out that he's in care. That's pretty much how it goes. The Tower, the Fool, the Tower, the Moon, the 5 of Cups, which is the Minor Arcana Death card, the Lovers card, the Wheel of Fortune. It just keeps going. Okay, on that note, so it's another reason why he's down there. Very much. I'm just getting, I keep getting, my guides keep saying to me, it's because it's familiar surroundings which makes him more, what's the word? You know, when they're sort of easy to work with. Oh, what is that word? Oh, you guys always come up with the words when I can't think of it. Not malleable, but you know, just more calmer and more easy to get to do what you want them to do. Oh, and on that note, won't be on tomorrow. What's tomorrow? New Year's Eve. Oh, I'll be back in next year in 2026. Goodness me, what a year it's going to be. Okay, love to you all. Take care. Bye-bye.